Okay, so I was going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to make this video yet, but I prayed about it and I do think this could help some people. So I want to talk a little bit about my testimony today. And I want to focus on a story in particular, which should hopefully help any of you who feel either too far from God or who feel like God doesn't love you. I want you to know that God is always there for you. So I want to give a little bit backstory on myself. Hi, I'm Diego, and I was born with glaucoma, which is an eye disease. And around when I was in high school, when I was 17, I had a really bad drug problem and I was also very depressed. So my main drug of choice for a long time was marijuana, but at this point, with 17 or 16 to 18 was the worst of my drug abuse. And so at this point, I got very addicted to Xanax and Oxycontin. And one day I took a lot of Xanax, and I took a lot of it without hoping that I would not wake up the next morning. And I did. And the first thing I did with anger in my heart, I cursed the world. And in a way, I now view this with a lot of shame because I think I was cursing God. That's right. The guy who's been making all of these Christian videos, I cursed God. And I was just so angry that I was still alive that I took all the drugs I still had left and I went for it again. And um, this part gets, I get pretty worried about this part just because now looking back at it, I know if God wasn't with me, I would have died that day. The only reason why I'm still here is because God was looking out after me. At this point, I was atheist. I did go through a period of not believing in God. But the reason why I want to talk about this now is because I was 17 at that point, 17 in April during spring break. And now I'm 21 and it's February 1st and we're coming up on the 4-year anniversary of that. And God has transformed my life in so many wonderful ways. For the first time in my teenage and adult life, I feel joy for the very first time ever. And that is all God. That I am thankful to God for that. Praise be to God because He's the one who lets me feel joy. He's the one, in a way, who gives me life. He's just everything in my life. No matter how much you curse Him, tell Him you hate Him, say despicable and blasphemous things, God is always with you. Whether you're His follower or not, what doesn't change is the fact that you are God's child. We all mess up. So I wanted to talk about just repentance and rebirth in the Lord.